Welcome everyone, Friar Tuck here. This is my epoch. Okay, so as you see behind me, there is Prophet and there is his gear. If you guys remember from last year, you know, he shared what it's like because he's been on the road for 6-7 years now. And he's really honed in his gear and what it is that he likes to use. So what we're gonna do in this video is we are gonna actually show off his gear, what he uses, the unique gear that he uses that most people don't, and then that way you guys have an idea of, hey, maybe I might want to do my stuff this way, maybe I might want to do my stuff that way, but this at least gives you an idea of how to change it. And then all of the gear that I can find of his that can be bought on Amazon, I will put the affiliate links down there for this specific video. That way, if that's something that you want, you can go ahead and order it. So as you see, it's been raining for the last 24 hours. So as you see, we got our rain gear up. So let's go ahead and dive into what it is that he has, and then that way you guys can understand more of how he survived for more than 6 years out here on trail in one form or fashion. All right, go for it.
All right, this is Prophet here with the Hobo Prepper, aka Friar Tuck. I was going to explain my hammock here. Friar Tuck asked me to explain. All right, so here's my basic hammock setup. It's an Eno hammock. Eno, it's a good name in hammocking. I think.
Okay, so explain to us how this works. How
your rainfly. Okay, we'll start with the rainfly. All right, so I got a rainfly here. All right, so essentially, it's a tarp. It's hexagonal shape. It's cut with tarp with doors on it. It's just folded over. It goes between the two trees, and it's just folded over right now, just for hanging out terms. But so basically, I run both these lines out, stake them out here. Just go real quick and simple here. And essentially, you're just housing in your hammock. And if you want to spin around and look at the other side and get a whole 3D view of that.
Yeah, so look, here's the doors. And the thing about the doors is if you've got sideways rain or rain coming in through the side, you can actually close those doors. Or you can use that as your entrance and exit underneath your hammock tent.
Yep.
Let's hold on. Before you do that, I kind of want to show what... So we have, as you see, all this room that is there. So this is a 12-foot by 8-foot tarp. And so that's something that you should know as far as dimensions go. If you are looking just to kind of jerry rig your own situation, you're going to want a 12-foot by 8-foot or a 12-foot by 9-foot tarp. That way you can do a similar setup.
MSR ground stakes, I'll recommend these to anybody. They're titanium. You're going to spend $3 a ground stake, but they are unbendable. They're titanium.
Okay.
And they're not going to rust. They're not going to bend.
Okay, so now show us your sleep system.
All right.
So let's take that down.
Start over.
Okay, go for it.
All right, so we'll pull the tarp back here. All right, so we have the Eno hammock, as I said. All right, so this is an underquilt.
Okay, and what is it rated down to?
This is probably like a 30 degree.
Okay, so it rates down to 30 degrees. Comfort or critical?
I really don't know, but I've gone through freezing temperatures, 30 degrees with that, and I slept like a baby.
Okay, and so how much did that cost you?
I think that was roughly $80.
$80. Okay, now let's talk about the hammock.
All right, this is a hammock. It's a double nested, meaning it's actually built for 2 people, but for 1, that means you get to stretch out diagonally.
Okay, all right. So about how much did that cost you, and what's it rated at?
Hammock.
How much?
80.
So the hammock was $80, and what's the weight limit rated at?
400 pounds.
400 pounds. And then show us your rope system, because that's unique.
All right, so this is Amsteel, which is it's essentially Dyneema. If anybody's ever heard of Dyneema, it's a mariners use it as in boat people to replace steel cabling on like sail masts, even anchors. So this is 7/16, and that is 6,000 pounds.
Okay, so that can hold
workable. It's workable and it's lightweight. It's one of these new age, space age synthetics that
Okay, and so how much does something like that cost, and how much did you buy?
All right, so I got two 15-foot pieces. I bought 30 feet, and it was $3 a foot, so it was roughly like 150 bucks, something like that.
Okay.
30 feet at $3.
Maybe 90 bucks.
Yeah, it was, no, well, then maybe it was $4 a pound, or a foot.
So you pay close to 150 bucks for it.
For 30
Okay,
foot.
so now let's see what you, because you don't use a sleeping bag.
All
so
right,
what
yeah,
is
so
it you
like
use?
as I was saying, I got the Underquilt here. So this quilt is designed for the hammock, and it's shaped like a hammock. It's got you know, stretchy nylon you know, ropes that attach to the carabiners. So essentially you get inside the hammock, and this hammock, it protects your backside. The whole point is
so it keeps you warm from the wind and from all the
backside.
Yeah, okay.
So if you had just a sleeping bag inside of a hammock, you're smashing the insulation with your body weight, and you're losing the thermal abilities of the insulation. Whereas if it's attached to the outside, like this, then you never actually put weight, and it stays fluffy, keeps you warm.
Okay, and also it's really good for wind shear. Okay, so show us, because you use an Overquilt as well.
All right, so this is an Overquilt. This is Eno as well.
Okay, how much did it cost?
This is another 90 bucks. So all in together, you know, I'm talking about the $300 range.
Okay.
All right, it's cut a little diagonally, but essentially it's just a synthetic blanket. There's a zipper down here that you can zip up just a couple inches just to box in your feet, so you keep your feet a little extra warm, because your feet are naturally the ones that get cold. But this is synthetic, like my Underquilt.
Okay, so it's synthetic, and what does it keep you warm down till?
This one's 30. It's rated the same as the Underquilt.
So it's 30 degrees. Okay, so you're rated down to 30 degrees. You were just in New Mexico and where it was snowing. So how did you survive with that and all this gear?
I had to fall back on a little extra couple principles. I, you know, went and got some extra clothing and slept in my clothing.
Okay.
I actually got a pair of Carhartt overalls.
Okay, Carhartt overalls, and what else?
Yeah, no, they were a winner. I slept in a pair of Carhartt overalls. But that was because it was going down to the 20s, and there was snow on the ground.
Okay. All right, so we got that set up. All right. Go for it.
All right, the second question here Friar Tuck had of me was, why do I carry an axe handle? And I'll explain that. This is just Hickory. You can pick it up at a Home Depot or any other hardware store. But it's a Hickory axe handle. I don't carry the handle axe part. And the whole reason is as a personal protection device. As hitchhiking out here in the country, down dirt roads, I've been bitten by dogs. I've had dogs run out at me. And I had the advice of a forest ranger who said, start carrying a stick. So I said, well, what's the strongest stick I can get? And hickory, which is a really hard wood, came to mind. So if you go to Home Depot or your Ace Hardware and you go to the aisle with the axes, there's going to be just an axe handle.
How much you spend on it?
It's 15 bucks.
So 15 bucks. Okay. And have you had to use it yet?
I haven't hit anything with it other than tents. I use it to drive tent stakes in.
Okay,
When
so
I pulled this thing out, I keep it slid into the side of my backpack like that, and dogs come running out, and I pull it out. It makes me look bigger, number one. You know, run into black bear. Every animal runs. I've gotten bit once, and that's when I started carrying the stick. But
Okay.
I haven't been bitten since. You know, maybe the stick actually helps with the little intimidation factor. So this is for all those animals on four legs and the two-legged ones too.
Go for it.
All right, here's the last question Friar Tuck had of me, and my cooking system here. This is a little Twig stove. It snaps together. It's titanium. I got this off of Amazon. It's a little messed up because it's been used. You know, we've been using it here for a couple days. You can see this little snaps together at the corners on all four sides, so it breaks apart and turns into just a sheet. Slides right into my backpack with no problems.
Okay. Now show us your cook set.
I just got a regular pot. I just picked this one up. You know, a little lid. Just a normal pot, a little messy because we just had macaroni and cheese. Friar Tuck was impressed. The spoon's dirty. With my my titanium spoon. It's a titanium spoon. I got this for 10 bucks off of Amazon.
They don't make it anymore.
Yeah, well, they got other ones, but it's titanium, so it doesn't bend, it doesn't break. It's titanium, and it's just bulletproof, essentially bulletproof spoon. Better than anything silver or plastic or any of those. You know, you see a lot of these advertisements for, you know, a hiker spoon, spork. You know, it's plastic, hard plastic, and I think Friar Tuck might agree. Those things break. Anyways, yeah, this is Prophet and Friar Tuck out here on the Florida Trail. What's up? Peace.
All right, go for it.
All right, so the other parts that I was going to show was my water filtration system. It looks a little dirty and grimy. This is just a standard smart water bottle. I peeled the label off, but smart water bottles it's a 1 liter bottle. They're the hardiest of the disposable water bottles that you can buy at a gas station. This is a Sawyer water filter. You get it at Walmart for 30 bucks. I wrap the top with tape, and I do that because the plastic casing, if you drop it on a sidewalk, then this plastic casing will crack and the filter will get loosened. Just take my word for it. You're gonna want to wrap the outside of this thing.
All right, show us the gallon bag.
The other thing Jason was impressed with is I carry this.
Hey, stop. Go for it.
The other thing I was going to show you guys was I carry this it's a 1.3 gallon, just a water bag. So where we're at right now, there's no creek close by, but about a half-mile away is the Silver River, and you can fill up the water, and you got a whole gallon of extra water. It's collapsible. It squeezes right into the bag when it's empty in my backpack, and yeah, that's extra water. That's you know, for a dry camp.
Go for it.
All right, the last thing here I was going to show off is these are a little extra survival gears. You know, if you're just hiking a trail, you're not going to carry these things with you. But if you're out here actually living on the trail, a little bit different. I picked this up. It's a telescoping fishing pole.
How much did it cost you? Where'd you get it?
I got this off of Amazon. I spent about 60 bucks on it. You know, that $60 range here.
What about the rod and reel and everything?
I don't have a reel, so what I do is, all right, there's the pole fully extended. This is a normal looking fishing pole. You can see it. And then, so I carry the basics of fishing gear. You know, fishing line, hooks, a couple of lures, some worms, just the basics. Basics are in here. If you can't see through there, that's the basics. Essentially what I do is I wrap the fishing line around, tie it, I string it through the loops, and then I feed out about an extra 12 foot, and I can do kind of like a fly
fishing, yeah.
And I can get about a 12-foot cast out into the river or the lake. It's enough to pick out bluegills, sometimes little things out of the river.
Have you actually fished with it, and what success have you had with it?
Successfully.
Okay, so what, you just gotten bluegills out?
Yeah, mainly, yeah, that's the most simplest thing. You go to the, you know, the docks has a local boat launch, and you pick off the bluegill that are hanging out there by the docks. That's the simplest thing to pick off. You know, out there on the rivers, you know, you're looking at, like, you know, salmon runs, you know, and river trout and whatever, you know.
Okay.
The bigger fish, but I mean, you can do it. Just got to have a little patience out there. And all right, secondarily,
hold on.
Still going?
Go for it.
All right, secondarily, all right. So as far as survival, this is new to me. I mentioned it earlier. I still haven't gotten anything with it. I really don't practice that much, but I actually have a slingshot. I got this for, you know, 30 bucks off of Amazon. You know, it's a big thick rubber band on a slingshot, you know, and I can pick off a beer can from about 20 feet, but moving squirrels up there in the branches, I just haven't been able to do it yet.
Have you tried rabbit yet?
No, I've seen plenty of rabbit running around here and there, but you know, it's like, I gotta keep it handy when I actually have to go hunting with that in mind, with this in my hand. I can't, you know, just walking down the trail.
And what do you use for your ammunition?
I do actually carry, I was just up in Minnesota, And you know, this is not going to be open for everybody. You're obviously not everybody is going to be able to pick up on this stuff. But up there in well, I got some just basic stones, flat stones from off of Lake Superior. I got a metal bolt. These are that's a taconite pellet from up in Minnesota. It's just basic stuff, but you got to have smooth stones. You know, I've got some basics here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right, here's another piece of my gear. This is an unessential thing. It's called a Scrubba wash bag. And essentially, it's what you can see here is it's a rubber bag with a roll top and a clip. You know, you roll it just like any other dry bag, and then you clip it, and that seals the deal. And then, all right, so what the whole point of this bag is that you fill it with water, and you probably have a bar of soap with you. So you put the soap in there and you move it around a little bit and get the water soapy. You put your shirt, maybe your shorts in there. And then on the inside, I'll try to show the camera here. It's there's a surface. Let me turn it inside out. All right, so essentially you got this surface inside there that's covered in little nipples.
So that's the agitator.
Yeah, that's so you're just rubbing it, using this as a washboard. So you work your shirt back and forth, and your shorts and your socks or whatever you want. And it's just like having a washboard, you know, from, you know, back in 1950. That's how your grandma did it.
Okay.
Anyways, this is a little wash bag.
How much water does it take?
Yeah.
And what kind of tell me how what you just
liter,
do
2 liters, you know.
1 to 2 liters, and
yeah,
you use
with
what?
Soap. And you know, do your first wash with soap, and then you drain it, and then put in clean water, and agitate it a second time.
So for a rinse, okay.
Yeah,
so you
rinse.
you wash it, you
Kinda
rinse
like your
it.
washing machine.
So you're gonna end up using you're gonna want to be next to a stream when you do this.
Yeah. So the major advantage of this actually is, so you know, a river that's 3 feet deep, you can walk out there with your clothes, and you know, you can wash your clothes. But if you're at a creek that's 1 inch deep and 4 inches wide, you're not gonna be able to get your shirt down in there and clean it. But that's where this comes into. You can fill this bag up from that little 1 inch water, fill it up, and then you can actually get a good scrub on your clothing compared to a little, you know, you go out in the river that's 4 feet deep. Yeah, you can scrub your gear and your clothing around.
But it's also cold.
Yeah, well, yeah.
If you're, hey, look, I'm a buttercup.
Okay.
So, okay. All right. Go for it.
The last thing I was going to show you is my backpack. This is obviously not the Walmart special or something you pick up at Salvation Army. I spent $350 on this. This is an Osprey.
Okay. Well, how many liters is it?
This is a 65 liter.
Okay.
And it's the Atmos. This is one of their lines.
Okay, so it's $350, 65 liter backpack. Okay, show us what's so important about it. Why you choose this over other backpacks.
All right, I will go with an Osprey, and in my experience, the harness system in an Osprey is it floats like air compared to every other backpack I've ever had. So, you know, buying a cheap backpack or even some of the other brands that are in the same price range, Deuter. I've had Deuters, which are, you know, spend $300 on a 70 liter Deuter. It's a German-made pack. Everybody thinks Germans make the best engineering. Not true. This Osprey, I don't really know where Osprey is based out of, but they have custom-made harnesses. They're sized.
And so, like, when you went and bought it, did you have to go get sized for it?
Yeah. So they have a little thing that measures how your top vertebrae to your hip line, and they're saying, okay, this is the size harness that fits you the best.
Okay, so you go in there, like you went into like REI for this, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you go into REI, they fit you for it, they tell you what backpack you want, and then they take you over there and they show you, okay, this is the Osprey version of what you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else? Like, show us like the compartments and stuff like that.
Okay,
what makes this? Why do you? I mean, okay, so you like the harness system, but what about the
hood? You got a hood.
Okay, that's standard. Everybody's got a hood.
Everybody's got a hood.
Okay.
As far as this, all right, this is just new for this year. on the Atmoses. They made the water bottle pockets on the side deeper.
Okay.
And they also have the front side pocket, so you can have the water bottle tucked in, pointing out, so you can grab it while you're hiking.
Okay, so it's easier access to things.
Easy access.
Okay, and what about other compartments? Like you don't really get a lot of side bags, do you? Or side
I
side.
got two side pockets here. This is my medical side, and this is my hygiene side.
Okay.
Keep it organized like that.
Okay.
The main compartment, pretty
Okay,
obvious.
so you got a bladder bag. It's pretty standard. It's just a regular old hole. Now the material it's made out of is much different than even what mine's made out of. What material is it made out of?
You know, I don't really know if it's something special or not.
But it almost feels like a rubber, doesn't it?
You know, I just figure this stuff's like a nylon.
No, it feels more like a rubber-based product.
Well, you know, it's got this cool hexagonal hex shape on there. You know, but it is definitely durable.
Okay, now and you even got a little bottom pouch for your sleeping bag, correct?
All right, so that's an access.
Now, did you like with mine? Can you unzip it so you can get the full use of it?
Yeah, I can.
Like no, from the
all right, so you can zip and access the bottom of the main. That's the main pocket. So
and then it's got like a little compartment that you can zip, right?
Yeah, I can zip, but you can see I can go all the way through. I got it unzipped open.
Okay, so it's the same as my Teton.
There's also some side access to the main compartment here. You can unzip on the sides.
Okay.
You know, I don't use it.
Okay.
But you can see if you wanted to just have something shoved in there.
So you can put a laptop in there if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, you could do whatever you wanted that
okay.
way.
And so the frame itself is like one piece.
It's internal frame.
Yeah, but the thing is like mine are two rods that are put down.
Yeah, no,
so
mine's a metal frame that runs through there. They got this, you can see how there's like a netting that
mesh,
separates so that your sweaty back gets dry.
Okay, so it gives you that space.
The harness is all, you know, with the straps, it's adjustable.
Okay.
You know, I love the Osprey. Trust me, in my experience, it just.
So as far as durability goes, like compared to other backpacks you've used, is probably what would you say?
I would say compared to other backpacks. I mean, I never had a Walmart special or a Salvation Army piece of junk. You know, I've always spent good money on backpacks. You know.
Okay, but the thing is what sets this apart? It's just the
harness.
The harness is what sets it apart.
Yeah, no, the custom harness. So you can actually you get sized for what size harness. So this is you get sized for it, and then I mean they don't make it an actual custom made thing, but like it's
as
like,
far as
medium,
like knowing
large is an extra large. You don't see that in a lot of other backpacks.
Yeah, because mine I have to manually adjust large to small.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's still adjustments on mine, but it's more specific. That's all I'm saying. And in my opinion, the Osprey, like these harnesses, like I've worn on Deuter, and hiked the Appalachian Trail 1,000 miles up and down the mountains, and put this thing on at the end. Like, what did I do wrong?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Stop.
She's gonna take your firewood, huh?
Oh, she's done now.
Oh yeah, now she's done.